all this equipment. She never needed all those before. Does this mean that...
Let's not jump to any conclusions until we talk to the doctor, okay?
It's me. I hope you're not in any pain.
We're here now, okay? We're not going anywhere until we know you're gonna be all right.
Starr, wait.
What's going on? I need to talk to a doctor.
You need to talk to me. You can't just tell me you shot someone and run off.
Cole, it's a very long story, and I promise that I'll tell you about it later. But right now, I need to see how James is doing since he got out of surgery. How is he?
I don't know. He hasn't woken up yet.
James? James, can you hear me?
Twinkle.
Couldn't say anything. I used to feel like if I said something, there was a part of her listening. But now, Chris, we can't tell her we're getting married. Not when she's... Mom, Angela's terrible. What's wrong?
Your sister's having some problems with congestion. And the doctor felt that she should spend a few days in the hospital.
Congestion?
Sometimes your sister gets infections and they give her some antibiotics and it clears up.
Is that what the doctor said? It's an infection?
Well, it's happened before. And I'm sure that it'll be the same thing this time. Excuse me, sweetie.
Do you want me to call the doctor so you can ask him some questions?
Oh, I see. What I say isn't good enough?
No, that's not what I meant, ma'am.
No, it's all right. You go ahead. Go ahead. Don't listen to me. Take your information from the man who put your sister in the bed to begin with.
It's totally unfair.
Mrs. Williamson, with all due respect...
I do not need your respect. Evangeline was attacked in your home, and maybe you should think about that before you make the same mistake.
The only thing I can think of about right now is Evangeline and what we can do for her.
What we do is we get her better, then we take her home.
If that's all there is to it, then what's the harm in talking to her doctor?
Doctors are no help. They just tell you the worst so that if it happens, you can't sue.
I don't think all doctors are like that, Mom.
I do not need any one of them telling me what I already know. My daughter is going to get better, and then she is going to come home where she belongs.
I know it's been a really long time. You're all right. How are you doing?
I don't feel all right. Everything hurts.
Good.
Good? You like seeing me suffer?
Well, you're awake. And being in pain is a very good sign that you're alive.
Okay, I'm all for the glass half full stuff, but that's a bit much.
Okay, this is really touching and everything, but you know this girl put a bullet inside you, right?
Not on purpose. It was an accident, right, Twinkle?
Yes, it was an accident, but if you call me Twinkle one more time, I cannot guarantee your safety.
All right, okay. I've had enough romantic comedy for one day.
Ford.
I'd like to...
Cole.
What is he doing here?
Ford is James' brother.
Yours brother?
Yeah. I'd like a moment alone with him, if you don't mind.
Starr, let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Right. Okay. Look, I'm really glad that you're awake, but try to get some rest, okay? Don't let him tire you out. He's all yours.
One.
Please tell me I'm wrong.
About what?
You and Starr Manning. Tell me you ran into that girl.
What do you care?
She's a pain in the ass. The girl showed up at my office and started freaking out at me because I was seeing a friend of hers and she couldn't take it.
The same friend that tried to bash your head in?
No, that was a different one. The point is that she's trouble and I don't want you around her.
Thanks for the brotherly advice, but I think I can take care of myself.
Really? Well, what happened with Dad? You want to tell me about that?
I can deal with it.
Sounds like he almost dealt with you. Actually, speaking of which, I've got some good news.
Really, and what's that?
Dad's been arrested. You serious? He's gonna be away for a long time.
You kidding? So, I'm finally free.
Not exactly. Why didn't you tell me what was going on?
You were barely breathing. I didn't think you could do much from a hospital bed.
Well, I'm fine now. I want to help you.
The time to help was a while back, Bobby. But you took off and you left me alone with him, and now I'm paying the price.
And that's when the lights went out and everything got crazy and I hit the wrong person.
What if you were the one who got shot? You could have been killed.
But I'm not, Cole. I'm fine, and James isn't, and it was all my fault.
Your fault? You wouldn't have been there if the guy that put you in the line of fire in the first place.
I just want to make sure that he's okay. Can't you understand that?
What's the deal with Twinkle?
What?
I heard him call you that.
Just some stupid nickname that he gave me that I couldn't stand.
Trying to run from a hitman seems kind of like a weird time for nicknames.
Well, he was just trying to help me forget about being scared. For part of the time, it actually worked.
There's no change. I'll check again in an hour or so.
Did you hear that, baby? You are doing fine.
We'll be right back. Excuse me, doctor. Could we ask you a few questions?
Of course.
My fiance and I, we have to get back to Pennsylvania soon, and we're hoping to help my mother get Evangeline home from the hospital. Can you tell me when that might be?
What did your mother tell you about your sister's condition?
Just that this has happened before, and it's usually because of an infection.
And she said when the antibiotics kick in, Evangeline could go home.
That's been true in the past, but I'm sorry to say that this time the situation's different.
Different how?
Your sister doesn't have an infection. She needs to be on a ventilator or she won't be able to breathe.
My mother said Vange was going to be okay.
Well, your mother's having trouble adjusting to some new realities. It's understandable. I've tried to explain that Evangeline's respiratory system is failing, but I don't think she's hearing me.
Her respiratory system is failing? And you can't fix it?
Not at this stage.
So my sister's never going to be able to breathe again without those machines.
I'm sorry. It's just my entire...
I think we've given them enough time to confer, don't you?
Oh, I certainly do. Lead the way.
Go.
Starr, it's gonna be okay.
I'm sorry. I just feel so bad about what I did to him.
Starr, he practically kidnapped you at your graduation after putting a killer on your trail.
You don't mean to get me involved.
But you did get involved. You could have been hurt.
He's had a lot of bad luck, Cole.
Like having Ford for a brother?
No, there's a lot more to it than that. And I actually wanted to help him, and I ended up shooting him instead. So can you please just understand that I need to make sure that he's all right?